creative critters, and welcome to Sketching with Sarah. I'm Sarah, and in today's video, I'll be painting this adorable little sleepy baby dragon ceramic piece. I got this sweet baby dragon shelf hugger ceramic at a Color Me Mine near me, and put together a little to-go kit with the ceramic glazes and brushes that I needed to paint him. Color Me Mine has a ton of ceramic shapes to paint, and I'm obsessed with just getting a to-go kit and painting from the comfort of my own home, and just listening to music or podcasts, or even catching up with my favorite YouTubers in the background. So before I decided to actually record painting the ceramic dragon, as you can see, I already started painting the tips of the horns after I came up with a plan, and I wanted to take a step back and talk about how I planned the colors for this little guy. I started by making a really rough plan of this dragon and the colors I wanted him to be by taking a photo of the front and back of him and bringing it into Photoshop to color over. The thing about ceramic glazes is that while you're painting them, it looks very different from after it dries and is fired in the kiln. Because of that, it is a little harder to visualize and plan when the colors you see as you paint aren't even what it really turns out to be in the end. So I took a photo of the tile of color choices they have at Color Me Mine that show the paints after they're fired in little swatches, and I used that to color my dragon on Photoshop. The only thing I really knew I wanted for this dragon was to use this specialty glaze that I've used before, and I think it's called Plum Island. I've used it before on a gnome mug, and I really like the colors I chose with it, so I thought I would see how I could use that same palette with this sleepy baby dragon. So I'll pop the sloppy coloring I did over the photo so you can see what I'm hoping this will turn out to be after it's fired. Again, this isn't a super detailed rendering or anything like that. This is literally just me slapping down the colors as they are and about the general ideas of where I want them. It's more to visualize the colors next to each other more than anything. Also, the bigger areas of the dragon, I am going to be painting with that Plum Island specialty glaze that I was talking about. And they have this little butterfly ceramic piece with the different specialty glazes they have on them as a sample. So I took a picture of that and really roughly put it into where the body is on the dragon to visualize it a little better altogether. So with that as a plan, I started with the lightest purple color and painted in all of the areas I wanted that color. And with these paints, it's important to remember they aren't actually paints because technically this isn't their final form, like I said, talking about it being fired in a kiln. I talked a bit about this in my other ceramic painting videos, but you really want to get 3 even coats of this on your piece because the ceramic bisque is really porous and it really wants to soak in a lot of the moisture in the paint, or glaze I should say. So to get the fullest and smoothest coverage with the pigment, you want to do multiple coats. Otherwise, only doing 1 coat or 2, you'll see the texture of the brush strokes that you created while painting on the color, and that's not necessarily something I want. I like when my pieces are just one smooth color with minimal texture within it. I learned a lot while filming my Mrs. Potts ceramic video here on YouTube, and the biggest lesson I got from filming that process is that it is such a pain to make sure you're seeing what you're painting, but also the camera sees what you're painting and everything's in focus and in the frame. When I do these ceramic paintings, I like to almost literally bury my face into what I'm painting as I'm doing it and really take my time with every brushstroke. But when you try to film the process, you can't really bury your face into it because you'll just block the camera. And that really takes away almost all the joy of really slowing down and being in the moment when you're constantly thinking about the angle of your camera and if it's in focus and if you're moving too much and making the time lapse nauseating. And I really love the satisfying brushstroke and recording those and playing it back, but in reality, if I were to record this whole thing in real time, it would be a full day of footage, and not only does my phone not have the memory, but I really like to try and keep my videos between 10 to 15 minutes long. So basically, I have to have mostly time-lapse clips, unfortunately. So like I said, I learned a lot after recording that Mrs. Potts ceramic video, and I think because I did that one, this one was so much better as far as the filming goes, because I was really conscious the whole time about exactly where my video was recording and everything. So even though this video's quality improved, because I was so conscious about every brushstrokes and was looking back over to my phone screen where I'm recording almost every other brushstroke the whole time, it just became a really exhausting process for me. So I decided to make the executive decision to stop recording the actual painting and just record to stop in and show the progress here and there. This is the main reason I love TikTok for showing my ceramic paintings, because you just do a little brushstroke or something and then forget about it and continue to paint, and then record another brush stroke and then forget about it and keep painting. And it's less about recording the whole process and just seeing it come along stroke by stroke, you know? So I did make a TikTok of this dragon's process as well with the song Believer by Imagine Dragons. And I would play it here, but I don't want to get copyrighted for the music. So go follow me on TikTok. It's at sketchingwsarah, the same as my Twitter, so you can get the full experience. I feel like TikTok is definitely the biggest social media platform, nowadays at least, and the algorithm on there seems to give everyone a chance to be seen, whereas on YouTube, it's like you can do all the right things for your video, for YouTube to like it, but it probably still won't recommend your videos for more people to see, which is kind of a bummer. There's a lot of luck involved in YouTube, I feel. So if you want to help this video get seen by more people, really the most helpful thing you can do is engage with it, so leaving a like or commenting below and just chatting with me down there really helps YouTube see that my video is pretty cool and that people like it enough to comment and stuff. So if anything, just leave it a like, it would mean a lot to me. So after doing all of the light purple areas, I moved on to the next darkest colors everywhere, except for where I wanted that Plum Island specialty glaze to go on the majority of the body. I just love this little dragon and he's just so cute, and so far the mix of browns and purples are really giving me that almost steampunk vibes in a way because of the cool purple tones. They kind of remind me of the metallics that you see in a lot of steampunk accessories and stuff, but also with that deep chocolatey brown that you see like in the leathering, if that makes sense. I think this Plum Island glaze will really bring that all together too, with the rustic look that it has to it. I do also want to mention that a part of my process while painting these ceramic pieces is that I take a toothpick and scratch areas to clean up the lines or make corners sharper, because although I try to be careful while painting, sometimes you can't help but cover a little too much of another color, so it's always handy to take a second to clean up what you're doing or whatever you're not happy with every so often as you paint. With the horns especially, I'm really interested to see how that will end up looking after it's fired, with all the layers and overlapping and the dots overlapping the other colors, and I'm a little nervous, I won't lie, but I think I like the colors I picked enough not to be too worried and just hope for the best. This dragon was especially challenging because of those darn wings, because it's really hard to get a paintbrush in there, and I'll show a little more of what I mean a bit later. This is the butterfly I was talking about that I took a photo of to plan what I wanted to do for this dragon, and you can definitely see the purple coming in here and there, and especially in the grooves of the butterfly, which is another reason I picked this glaze for most of the body. This sleepy baby dragon has a lot of texture and scaling on his body, and the two-tones look with the purple and brown in the specialty glaze I thought would really come out nicely in those scaly textures. But I guess we really won't know until it's fired. So as you can see, I went in and carefully painted all of the remaining white bisque with the Plum Island glaze, and it's always so interesting to me seeing how much different the glazes change in color from when they're painted and dried to when they come out of the kiln when they're fired. And I think the most mind-blowing ones to me is a lot of those really pretty green glazes that are popular on those light up ceramic Christmas trees I feel like we all have, or at least all of our grandmas have, are actually a really rusty, muddy red color when you paint it on. And some are even a really dark gray red. And after it's fired, they just become such a beautiful deep green. So yeah, the color transformation before and after firing, I don't think it'll ever fail to fascinate me. So this Plum Island is a really dusty and bland brown when it's painted and dried, and I'm excited to see how it changes into more like that butterfly when it's out of the kiln. So remember how I was talking about how it was really hard to paint underneath the wings? This is what I'm talking about. One of the dragon's ears is under the wings, and since I chose to do the outer ear area a dark brown and the lower parts a lighter brown, trying to keep it that way but also not being able to see really well through the wings on each end, it was a real challenge, and I'm not sure how well I can explain this, but there is kind of a tunnel from each end of the wings, like up its spine, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. It was just trust me, it was really hard to get a brush in there, and not only that, but make sure that you're painting the right areas of the wings while not being able to see it really well. It was a whole thing, and it was just a real challenge, and I actually couldn't even reach the most inner part under the wing by the ear because I was too afraid I would mess up the ear and get a swatch of the wrong color on an area I didn't want it or something, and it would just be way too hard to try and fix it after the fact, even with a toothpick. But luckily, since it's such a hidden area, you can't really notice it unless you're you're really getting in there and looking for it. So this will be our little secret, okay? Anyway, between the painting and scratching and cleaning up and letting it dry and all that fun stuff, this took me a couple days to do. I really enjoyed using this time as some me time, and recently I've just been playing a lot of Animal Crossing and getting creative on there too, and it's just nice to zone out and paint this little guy. I've been watching a lot of Animal Crossing streams and such on Twitch because I just love the whole Animal Crossing vibe, and it's just so relaxing to me. I don't know how to explain it. I'm actually scripting this as my little baby dragon is currently sleeping in the kiln itself, getting fired and showing his true colors, literally. So as of right now, I actually don't know how he's gonna turn out. Since I upload videos here on Fridays, he'll probably be done in the kiln on Fridays, so I won't have time to re-script and re-record everything. So honestly, I'm just showing you how it turned out now and hoping he looks precious and cute at least. The ceramic bisque that I was painting itself was too stinking cute, so I hope if anything, the sculpt itself is the best part of him, you know? I mean, it's a sleepy baby dragon. How can you mess it up? Anyway, I really hope I like the end result, and if not, I hope you at least enjoyed watching it come together, even if I didn't record every brushstroke. Like I said, I did make a really sweet TikTok, and I think I timed it really perfectly with the song and everything, and I'll see if I can post it on an Instagram reel as well. So if you don't already, please go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I think on Instagram, I'm at 470 or so followers or something, and it's definitely my biggest platform, and I've been around this area of the 400s for a while, and I'm hoping to maybe get to 500 someday because I have a really fun plan for when I hit that number. So if you follow me on anywhere, follow me on YouTube and Instagram because I'm definitely the most active on Instagram and on here. The links to all of my social media are in the description, so come say hi. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe for more art and animal related content. I upload a new video here every Friday, and I'd love to have you become a creative critter with me. And if you made it this far, leave me a comment and let me know if you've ever painted ceramics. And if so, what did you paint? I respond to all my comments, so please don't be shy. I seriously love reading the comments that you guys send me. You're all super sweet, and you guys truly make my day to even think that someone was impacted enough by my video to leave it a little note, you know? It's just so special to me. I'm really excited for all the videos I have planned so far in the future, so I hope you'll follow me along on my YouTube journey. The next ceramic project that I'm gonna do is probably this big dog bowl that I have, and I think I'm gonna paint a mandala design on it. So let me know if you'd be interested to see that, or if you have any good suggestions for painting a ceramic dog bowl. So typically this channel is all about sharing my passion for animals through art, and I guess I didn't share any animal facts or anything in this video, and you could argue this video has nothing to do with animals really, but honestly, I think dragons are the most fantastical animals out there, and to me, dragons are just lizard bats, so there's that. Thank you guys so much for watching, stay creative, and I'll see you in next Friday's video. Wait, let me give the dragon some. Let me give, okay, here, good girl. That's it. That's all I got. I love you. Don't knock him down.